Welcome to Buddhist philosophy. If you're seeking wisdom, inner peace, and a deeper understanding of life, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into one of the most profound topics in Buddhist thought, the path to enlightenment. Have you ever wondered why so many people, from monks in secluded monasteries to CEOs in bustling cities, turn to Buddhism for guidance? Can ancient teachings still provide solutions to modern problems? Or is enlightenment just an abstract concept, impossible to achieve in our fast-paced world? Stay with us as we explore the foundations of Buddhist wisdom and how you can apply these insights to your daily life. Before we begin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Buddhist philosophy. Your support helps us create more valuable content for seekers like you. The foundations of Buddhist thought. The origins of Buddhism trace back to Siddhartha Gautama, a prince who renounced his wealth to seek the ultimate truth. His journey led to enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, where he realized the Four Noble Truths. Dukkha, suffering. Life is inherently filled with suffering. Samudaya, cause of suffering. The root of suffering is desire and attachment. Nirodha, cessation of suffering. Liberation is possible by eliminating desire. Magga, the path to liberation. The Eightfold Path leads to enlightenment. These truths form the foundation of Buddhist practice, urging individuals to look beyond materialism and seek inner peace. Understanding suffering in a modern context. Buddhism teaches that suffering is universal, affecting both the powerful and the powerless. Even some of the most influential figures in the world, like billionaires and world leaders, struggle with existential dissatisfaction. Take Elon Musk, for example. Despite being one of the wealthiest individuals on the planet, he often speaks about his internal struggles, work-related stress, and the burden of responsibility that comes with leading multiple companies. Similarly, Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, amassed unimaginable wealth but still pursued ventures like space exploration, reflecting an inherent desire to seek more, whether in material success or personal fulfillment. From a Buddhist perspective, these cases highlight the principle of dukkha, that no amount of external success can completely eliminate suffering if one's mind remains attached to desires and ambitions. The relentless pursuit of achievement can paradoxically generate more suffering rather than alleviate it. The root of suffering, desire and attachment. The second noble truth, samudaya, points to desire, tanha, as the fundamental cause of suffering. This isn't limited to materialistic cravings but extends to emotional attachments, ambitions, and even ideological fixations. A striking example is Steve Jobs, who revolutionized technology but was known for his obsessive perfectionism. His deep attachment to his vision sometimes led to personal conflicts and suffering, both for himself and those around him. Despite his success, his pursuit of perfection could never be fully satisfied, a testament to the Buddhist teaching that unchecked desire can lead to distress, no matter how much one achieves. Even in politics, figures like Barack Obama and Vladimir Putin illustrate the challenges of attachment. Obama, despite advocating for change, often expressed frustration with the constraints of political systems and public expectations. On the other hand, Putin's prolonged grip on power highlights the extreme attachment to control, something Buddhism warns can lead to suffering, not just for oneself but for entire nations. Liberation from suffering. The possibility of inner peace. The third noble truth, nirodha, offers hope. Suffering can cease if we relinquish attachment. This doesn't mean abandoning ambition or success, but rather transforming our relationship with it. Take Bill Gates, who shifted from being a highly competitive business mogul to a philanthropist dedicated to global health and education. By redirecting his focus from wealth accumulation to service, Gates exemplifies a movement toward detachment from material desire in favor of more meaningful pursuits. Similarly, Jack Dorsey, co-founder of Twitter, has spoken about his embrace of meditation and minimalism, aligning with Buddhist principles. He spends weeks in silent retreats, illustrating the idea that true peace comes not from external achievements but from inner stillness. The Eightfold Path, a guide for personal transformation. Buddhism provides a practical roadmap for ending suffering. The Eightfold Path, consisting of right view, understanding reality as it is, right intention, cultivating compassion and wisdom, right speech, speaking truthfully and kindly. Right action, acting ethically. Right livelihood, earning a living in a way that does not harm others. Right effort, maintaining a disciplined mind. Right mindfulness, being aware of one's thoughts and actions. Right concentration, developing deep mental focus through meditation. These principles are not just for monks or philosophers, they apply to anyone seeking balance in life. Oprah Winfrey, known for her advocacy of mindfulness and self-improvement, frequently promotes meditation and self-reflection, aligning with Buddhist teachings on awareness and ethical living. Buddhism and leadership, applying ancient wisdom to modern power. Even among world leaders, Buddhist principles can provide valuable insights. New Zealand's former Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, exemplified compassionate leadership, emphasizing kindness over aggression. Her response to crises, such as the Christchurch shooting, reflected Buddhist ideals of empathy and non-reactivity. On the corporate side, Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, transformed the company's culture by fostering a growth mindset, a concept that mirrors Buddhist teachings on continuous learning and adaptability. Conclusion: the relevance of Buddhism today. The teachings of Buddhism are not confined to ancient texts or monastic life. They are deeply relevant to today's fast-paced, ambition-driven world. Whether in business, politics, or personal development, the principles of recognizing suffering, understanding its cause, and seeking inner peace through mindful living remain as impactful as ever. For individuals striving for success, Buddhism offers a crucial lesson. External achievements are temporary, but cultivating a balanced, mindful, and compassionate mind leads to lasting fulfillment. The Eightfold Path in daily life. The Eightfold Path, a core teaching in Buddhism, serves as a practical guide for ethical living, personal growth, and spiritual enlightenment. Each step provides a moral and philosophical framework that applies to contemporary life, including the lives of world leaders, CEOs, and influential figures. Understanding how these principles function in the modern world allows us to see their universal relevance. Right view, understanding the nature of suffering. Right view is about seeing life for what it truly is, impermanent and filled with suffering, dukkha. Many leaders who fail to grasp this reality become consumed by power, wealth, or external validation, leading to personal and societal downfall. Consider Elon Musk, one of the most influential business magnates today. Despite his wealth and success, Musk has openly spoken about the immense pressure, stress, and emotional turmoil he experiences. His struggles with work-life balance and personal relationships highlight the truth that suffering does not discriminate. It affects even the most powerful. To adopt right view, individuals must recognize that suffering is universal and not avoidable through material success. A realistic understanding of this principle helps in developing resilience and a balanced perspective on life. Right intention, cultivating compassion and wisdom. Right intention involves aligning thoughts with ethical values and compassion. In politics, business, and leadership, this principle is often tested. Take Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. His decision to remain in Ukraine during the war, rather than fleeing, exemplifies right intention. His leadership is driven by a sense of duty and compassion for his people rather than personal gain. By focusing on selfless goals rather than short-term rewards, leaders and individuals alike can cultivate deeper wisdom and compassion, leading to more ethical and impactful decisions. Right speech, speaking truthfully and kindly. In an era of misinformation and political rhetoric, right speech is more relevant than ever. It emphasizes honesty, kindness, and avoiding harmful language. Consider Oprah Winfrey. She has built an empire based on authenticity and truthful communication. Her interviews and public speeches promote kindness and personal growth. Contrast this with politicians who manipulate the truth for power, causing societal division and mistrust. Practicing right speech in daily life means refraining from gossip, harmful criticism, or lies, and instead using words to uplift and unite people. Right action, avoiding harm and practicing ethical behavior. Right action is about ethical conduct, including nonviolence and honesty. Many business leaders struggle with this principle due to the pressures of profit-driven industries. For example, Patagonia founder Yvon Chouinard made the extraordinary decision to donate his entire company, worth billions, to fight climate change. This act of ethical responsibility contrasts with corporations that exploit labor or harm the environment for profit. Individuals can practice right action by making conscious ethical choices in their daily lives, whether through sustainable consumption, kindness in relationships, or integrity in work. Right livelihood, earning a living in an ethical manner. Right livelihood calls for engaging in work that does not harm others. Many industries challenge this principle, particularly those involving exploitation, misinformation, or unethical business practices. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, has made strides toward making Apple's supply chain more ethical, focusing on sustainability and fair labor practices. In contrast, businesses involved in deforestation, sweatshops, or misleading advertising directly contradict this principle. Choosing a career path that aligns with ethical values helps cultivate inner peace and social responsibility. Even if one cannot change industries, making small ethical improvements within one's profession can contribute to positive change. Right effort, developing a disciplined mind. Right effort is about fostering positive mental habits and eliminating harmful ones. This principle is evident in the work ethic of figures like Warren Buffett. His disciplined approach to investing, reading, and continuous learning reflects the power of sustained effort. However, effort must be directed wisely. Overworking, as seen in figures like Jeff Bezos and Musk, can lead to burnout. Right effort is about balance, diligence without self-destruction. By applying right effort, individuals can develop habits that support mental clarity, emotional well-being, and long-term success. Right mindfulness, being present and aware. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present. This principle has gained widespread acceptance in the corporate world, with figures like Tim Ferriss and Arianna Huffington advocating for mindfulness and meditation in the workplace. Huffington, after experiencing burnout, shifted her focus toward promoting well-being, meditation, and sleep as essential for success. Leaders who cultivate mindfulness make better decisions, maintain emotional stability, and foster positive workplace cultures. Individuals can integrate mindfulness through meditation, active listening, and reducing digital distractions, leading to more meaningful interactions and personal clarity. Right concentration, practicing meditation for mental clarity. Right concentration involves focused meditation and deep mental discipline. This principle is embraced by individuals such as Ray Dalio, billionaire investor and advocate of transcendental meditation. Dalio credits meditation for his success, claiming it enhances decision-making, creativity, and stress management. Similarly, Steve Jobs was known for his meditation practice, which contributed to his visionary leadership at Apple. Meditation sharpens focus and fosters inner stability, allowing individuals to navigate life's challenges with greater composure and insight. The Eightfold Path is not just an ancient philosophy but a practical guide for modern living. Leaders and influencers across industries exemplify its principles, demonstrating how they apply to success, ethical leadership, and personal fulfillment. By integrating these teachings into daily life, individuals can cultivate wisdom, ethical behavior, and inner peace, ultimately contributing to a more balanced and compassionate world. Mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness and meditation lie at the heart of Buddhist practice, offering a pathway to self-awareness, emotional stability, and mental clarity. These ancient techniques have transcended religious boundaries, finding a place in modern psychology, business leadership, and even high-performance professions. Today, figures such as Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook, and Oprah Winfrey advocate for meditation as a crucial tool for maintaining focus and resilience. Their endorsement reflects the growing scientific consensus that mindfulness practices yield profound cognitive and emotional benefits. The science behind meditation. Modern neuroscience has validated what Buddhist practitioners have known for centuries. Meditation rewires the brain. Studies from institutions like Harvard and Stanford show that regular meditation increases gray matter density in areas associated with emotional regulation and decision-making. MRI scans reveal that mindfulness meditation reduces activity in the amygdala, the brain's fear center, thereby decreasing stress and anxiety. Consider Elon Musk, a figure known for intense work schedules and high-stakes decision-making. While Musk may not be an open advocate for traditional meditation, he has acknowledged the necessity of deep focus and structured mental discipline, principles that align with mindfulness training. Likewise, Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, has emphasized the importance of emotional intelligence and self-awareness, qualities that mindfulness meditation enhances. Vipassana, the power of insight meditation. Vipassana, or insight meditation, encourages practitioners to observe thoughts and sensations without attachment. This practice allows individuals to recognize impermanence and detach from negative emotions. Vipassana retreats, which enforce silence for extended periods, have gained popularity among Silicon Valley executives seeking clarity and mental resilience. Jack Dorsey, co-founder of Twitter, has spoken openly about attending Vipassana retreats, where he spent 10 days in complete silence, meditating for hours each day. He described the experience as transformative, providing him with heightened awareness and focus that he applies in both business and personal life. His story underscores the practical benefits of insight meditation in decision-making and stress management. Metta meditation, cultivating compassion. Metta, or loving-kindness meditation, fosters empathy and unconditional goodwill toward others. This practice is particularly relevant for leaders and public figures who navigate complex interpersonal relationships. Oprah Winfrey, known for her emphasis on personal growth and emotional well-being, incorporates metta meditation into her daily routine. She has credited mindfulness and loving-kindness practices for enhancing her ability to connect with others and lead with compassion. Similarly, Bill Gates, despite his analytical approach to problem-solving, has explored meditation as a means to cultivate patience and emotional balance. Mindfulness in high-stakes professions. Beyond the corporate world, mindfulness plays a critical role in high-pressure environments such as sports and politics. NBA legend LeBron James practices meditation to maintain focus during intense games, demonstrating how mindfulness enhances performance under pressure. Even in politics, Barack Obama has spoken about the importance of self-reflection and presence of mind, qualities deeply rooted in mindfulness training. Moreover, military organizations, including the U.S. Army, have integrated mindfulness programs to enhance soldiers' resilience and decision-making abilities. By reducing stress and improving cognitive flexibility, meditation provides tactical advantages in high-stakes scenarios. Daily mindfulness for a balanced life. Mindfulness extends beyond formal meditation. It can be integrated into daily routines through simple practices such as mindful breathing, walking meditation, or conscious eating. Jeff Weiner, former CEO of LinkedIn, has emphasized mindful leadership, encouraging employees to cultivate awareness in decision-making and interactions. Even world leaders facing immense pressure have adopted mindfulness techniques. New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, known for her empathetic leadership style, has spoken about the importance of mental well-being and reflection. By incorporating mindfulness into governance, leaders can foster calm and measured responses to crises. The transformative power of mindfulness. The practice of mindfulness and meditation is no longer confined to monastic life. It has become an essential tool for modern leaders, entrepreneurs, athletes, and professionals. By cultivating self-awareness, emotional resilience, and mental clarity, individuals can navigate the complexities of life with greater ease. Whether through Vipassana's insight, Metta's compassion, or daily mindfulness habits, meditation offers a scientifically backed pathway to a more balanced and fulfilling existence. Overcoming attachments and desires. One of the greatest challenges in Buddhism is overcoming attachment. The modern world promotes consumerism, making it difficult to detach from material possessions and desires. Advertising, social media, and economic systems thrive on fueling human craving, reinforcing the idea that happiness comes from external sources. However, Buddhist teachings emphasize impermanence. Everything changes, and clinging to transient things leads to suffering. By understanding the fleeting nature of all things, individuals can cultivate a mindset of detachment and inner peace. The psychological roots of attachment. Attachment stems from a fundamental misunderstanding of reality. The human mind tends to seek stability, yet the world is in a constant state of flux. Neuroscientists suggest that the brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain, which explains why people become attached to relationships, possessions, status, and even ideologies. When these attachments are threatened, individuals experience anxiety, fear, or even despair. Buddhism teaches that suffering arises when people falsely identify the self with external things. This attachment is not limited to material wealth but extends to relationships, career ambitions, and even personal identity. The more individuals cling to their self-image or societal validation, the more they suffer when those elements change. Impermanence, the key to liberation. The principle of impermanence, anicca, is central to Buddhist thought. Everything in life, from emotions to physical possessions to relationships, is temporary. Understanding impermanence helps individuals detach from unhealthy obsessions and unrealistic expectations. For example, Steve Jobs, the visionary behind Apple, embraced impermanence toward the end of his life. Despite being a billionaire, he spoke about how wealth and success ultimately meant little in the face of mortality. He recognized that attachments to power and money were insignificant compared to the pursuit of meaningful work and personal fulfillment. Desire versus healthy ambition. While Buddhism warns against unbridled desire, it does not promote passivity. There is a significant difference between attachment and healthy ambition. Desire becomes problematic when it leads to suffering, such as craving excessive wealth, fame, or control. On the other hand, setting goals and striving for personal growth can be beneficial when done with awareness and without excessive attachment to outcomes. Consider Elon Musk, one of the most ambitious entrepreneurs of our time. His drive to revolutionize space travel and electric vehicles is fueled by vision rather than personal greed. Musk has repeatedly stated that his goal is not to amass wealth but to advance humanity. His ability to detach from short-term failures, such as SpaceX rocket explosions, demonstrates resilience, a key component of Buddhist detachment. Practical steps to overcoming attachment. Mindfulness practice. Developing present-moment awareness allows individuals to observe their desires without being controlled by them. Mindfulness meditation helps cultivate an understanding that thoughts and emotions are transient. Minimalism and simplicity. Adopting a minimalist lifestyle reduces dependency on material possessions. Figures like Warren Buffett, despite his vast wealth, live modestly, emphasizing that money does not equate to happiness. Gratitude and contentment. Practicing gratitude shifts focus from what is lacking to what is already present, reducing unnecessary cravings. Psychological studies show that gratitude enhances overall well-being and decreases materialistic tendencies. Letting go of control. Recognizing that control is an illusion helps alleviate stress. Whether in business or personal life, releasing attachment to specific outcomes fosters adaptability and inner peace. Acts of generosity. Giving without expectation of return diminishes attachment to wealth. Many influential figures, such as Bill Gates, have dedicated their fortunes to philanthropy, understanding that hoarding wealth serves no ultimate purpose. Overcoming emotional attachments. Material possessions are not the only form of attachment. Emotional dependencies can be even more difficult to release. Many people attach their sense of self-worth to relationships, societal validation, or professional achievements. This often leads to disappointment when circumstances change. Take Jeff Bezos, for example. Despite being one of the wealthiest individuals in history, his divorce from Mackenzie Scott in 2019 demonstrated the impermanence of relationships. While personal loss is painful, those who understand detachment can navigate such changes with grace rather than devastation. The balance between engagement and detachment. Detachment does not mean apathy. It is possible to be deeply engaged in life while maintaining a sense of inner peace. Figures like the Dalai Lama embody this principle. He actively advocates for global peace and human rights, yet he remains unattached to personal success or failure. Similarly, leaders like Barack Obama have displayed an ability to let go of power with dignity. After serving 2 terms as President of the United States, he stepped away from the political stage without resistance, understanding that leadership is temporary. Freedom through detachment. By adopting a mindset of detachment and gratitude, individuals can free themselves from suffering and cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment. The path to overcoming attachment is not about renouncing all desires but about developing a conscious relationship with them. When individuals recognize that everything is transient, they can engage with life fully without being bound by fear or craving. True freedom lies in understanding that the only constant is change, and embracing it rather than resisting it. Compassion and the Bodhisattva Path. The Bodhisattva Path is one of the most profound aspects of Mahayana Buddhism. It represents a commitment to selflessly help others achieve enlightenment rather than seeking personal liberation alone. Compassion, or karu, is at the heart of this path, guiding individuals to act with kindness, empathy, and wisdom in every aspect of their lives. The nature of compassion in Buddhism. Compassion in Buddhism is not merely an emotional response but an active principle that requires wisdom, prajna, to be effective. Unlike sympathy, which can be passive or even pitying, true compassion seeks to alleviate suffering with a deep understanding of its causes. This perspective aligns with the Four Noble Truths, particularly in recognizing the roots of suffering, dukkha, and working toward their cessation. One of the most significant teachings on compassion comes from the Metta Sutta, where the Buddha instructs his followers to develop loving kindness, metta, toward all beings, just as a mother would care for her only child. This boundless love extends beyond personal relationships, embracing even strangers and enemies. The Bodhisattva ideal. A bodhisattva is someone who, upon reaching the threshold of enlightenment, chooses to delay their own liberation to assist others in their spiritual journey. This selflessness is exemplified in figures like Avalokiteshvara, Guanyin/Kannon, the bodhisattva of compassion, who is said to hear the cries of the suffering and respond to their needs without hesitation. The 6 perfections, paramithas, that bodhisattvas cultivate include generosity, dana, giving without expectation of return, ethics, sila, living with moral integrity, patience, santai, enduring hardship with grace, effort, virya, dedicating oneself to continuous improvement, meditative concentration, dhyana, cultivating inner peace and focus, wisdom, prajna, understanding reality beyond illusions. Modern bodhisattvas, global figures of compassion. Throughout history, many influential leaders have embodied the bodhisattva ideal, using their power and influence to uplift others. Here are some contemporary examples. The Dalai Lama. The 14th Dalai Lama, Tenzin Gyatso, is perhaps the most globally recognized Buddhist leader today. Forced into exile from Tibet, he has dedicated his life to promoting nonviolence, interfaith dialogue, and universal compassion. His teachings emphasize that genuine happiness comes not from material wealth but from cultivating a compassionate heart. Despite political struggles, he remains an advocate for peace and kindness, demonstrating the essence of the Bodhisattva path. Thich Nhat Hanh. The late Thich Nhat Hanh, a Vietnamese Zen master, was a key figure in engaged Buddhism, a movement that applies Buddhist teachings to social issues. During the Vietnam War, he worked tirelessly for peace, founding the Plum Village community to promote mindfulness, reconciliation, and ecological sustainability. His approach to compassionate activism continues to inspire millions worldwide. Nelson Mandela. Though not a Buddhist, Nelson Mandela exemplified the Bodhisattva ideal through his life's work. After enduring 27 years in prison, he chose forgiveness over vengeance, leading South Africa out of apartheid with remarkable patience and compassion. His ability to transform suffering into a force for social healing mirrors the Buddhist practice of overcoming anger and resentment with loving kindness. Pope Francis. Pope Francis, leader of the Catholic Church, has often demonstrated principles of the Bodhisattva path through his advocacy for the poor, refugees, and marginalized communities. His humility and emphasis on service resonate with Buddhist values of selfless compassion. Applying the Bodhisattva path in everyday life. You don't have to be a religious leader or historical figure to embody the Bodhisattva path. Everyday acts of compassion contribute to a more enlightened world. Here are some practical ways to integrate these teachings into modern life. Practice active listening. Many people suffer in silence. Simply offering a space where someone feels heard can be profoundly healing. Engage in selfless giving, donate time, resources, or skills to those in need without expecting anything in return. Cultivate patience and tolerance. Instead of reacting with frustration, approach conflicts with understanding and grace. Lead with empathy. Whether in business, education, or politics, make decisions that prioritize the well-being of others. Commit to lifelong learning, study wisdom traditions, and apply their insights to everyday life. The ripple effect of compassion. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, create a ripple effect. The simple decision to show compassion can influence families, communities, and even entire nations. Scientific studies confirm that practicing compassion enhances emotional resilience, reduces stress, and fosters stronger social connections. It is a transformative force that extends beyond religion and culture, touching the very essence of human existence. The Bodhisattva path is not an unattainable ideal reserved for monks and spiritual leaders. It is a way of life accessible to anyone willing to prioritize love over selfishness. In a world often driven by personal gain, those who choose the path of compassion are true revolutionaries. They remind us that enlightenment is not about escaping the world, but about making it a better place for all beings. Conclusion: applying Buddhist wisdom today. Enlightenment is not a mystical state reserved for monks, but a continuous journey available to all. By integrating mindfulness, ethical living, and compassion into daily life, we can cultivate lasting peace and wisdom. What are your thoughts on enlightenment? Do you think Buddhist principles can be applied in today's world? Share your reflections in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support keeps us inspired to create more content on Buddhist philosophy. See you in the next video.